Across the endless red wilderness of Western Australia, scorching wind moves through dry spinifex grass where the legend of tiny Numbi is about to begin. Deep inside a massive hollow log hidden beneath eucalyptus trees, a protective mother Numbat prepares to give birth in complete darkness. The ancient wooden sanctuary creaks softly while warm dust drifts through narrow cracks above the hidden nest. Then finally new life emerges into the harsh Australian wilderness. Tiny newborn Numbi enters the world completely blind, pink, and helpless beside the warm body of its exhausted mother. Fragile little limbs tremble weakly while instinct alone drives the newborn forward through thick fur, searching desperately for milk. Tiny claws grip tightly against the mother's body while the newborn struggles through the darkness inch by inch. At last fragile Numbi attaches safely to nourishing milk and slowly relaxes for the very first time. Inside the peaceful hollow log the newborn breathes softly while the rhythmic heartbeat of the mother echoes through the nest. Outside the hidden sanctuary, danger silently approaches through the wilderness. Dry leaves rustle ominously near the entrance while newborn Numbi sleeps completely unaware of the deadly threat drawing closer. A gigantic sand goanna creeps slowly toward the hollow log with flickering tongue searching for vulnerable prey. Massive claws scrape against the dry wood while the giant reptile locks onto the scent of tiny Numbi. Instantly the mother Numbat senses danger. Her ears rise sharply while fierce survival instinct ignites within her eyes. The enormous predator pushes its terrifying head directly into the hollow, aiming straight toward helpless newborn Numbi. Without hesitation the fearless mother lunges violently at the reptile and blocks its path completely. Sharp claws slash across thick scales while dust explodes through the cramped darkness of the hollow log. The giant goanna snaps powerful jaws only inches away from the protected mother defending her child. Terrified blind Numbi shrinks deeper into the darkest corner of the nest while the violent battle shakes the hollow around her. Again and again the fearless mother attacks relentlessly until the wounded predator finally retreats backward into the wilderness defeated. Exhausted but victorious, the protective mother curls tightly around trembling little Numbi beneath the safety of the log. Seasons pass quietly across the Australian bushland while soft fur slowly begins covering the once fragile pink body of Numbi. Beautiful black and white stripes emerge clearly across the growing Numbat's back like markings of a future warrior. Then one magical morning young Numbi slowly opens bright curious eyes for the very first time. Sunlight pours through the hollow log entrance while the young Numbat stares in wonder at the enormous world outside. Tiny paws wobble clumsily across the nest while Numbi slowly learns to stand and balance independently. Drawn by curiosity, Numbi cautiously approaches the glowing entrance of the log and sniffs fresh Australian air for the first time. The tiny Numbat steps carefully onto the warm red soil beneath the endless blue sky. Massive eucalyptus forests tower around the vulnerable youngster while dry wind moves softly through the grasslands. The loving mother gently nudges Numbi forward, encouraging exploration across the harsh wilderness. Joyful and energetic, young Numbi hops playfully over dried twigs while following closely behind the mother through thick scrubland. Soon the mother leads curious Numbi toward a towering ancient termite mound glowing beneath the blazing sun. Using powerful claws, the mother tears open the hardened earth while thousands of termites erupt outward in every direction. Wide, curious eyes watch carefully as the mother demonstrates the ancient survival technique passed through generations. Then finally Numbi steps forward for the first hunt. In breathtaking slow motion, a long sticky tongue flicks outward with incredible speed directly into the swarming termites. Instantly dozens of insects vanish into the tiny hunter's mouth. Excited and proud, Numbi rapidly flicks the tongue again and again, mastering the art of termite hunting beneath the burning outback sun. Side by side, mother and child feast peacefully while warm wind sweeps across the wilderness around them. But hidden within the bushes nearby, another predator already watches the growing Numbat carefully. Glowing yellow eyes lock silently onto distracted young Numbi exploring colorful wildflowers away from the safety of the mother. A muscular feral cat lowers its body into attack position, preparing a deadly ambush. Complete silence falls across the Australian bushland. Then suddenly the predator explodes violently from the undergrowth straight toward Numbi. Crashes directly onto the terrified young Numbat, hitting it helplessly against the hard dirt. Numbi wriggles desperately beneath crushing paws while dust and broken branches scatter violently around the struggle. Tiny hind legs kick furiously against the predator's belly while panic floods the young survivor's eyes. The desperate battle sends both predator and prey tumbling violently through brittle dry bushes. Numbi opens its mouth in a silent cry for help that echoes through the wilderness. Instantly both parents react. The fearless adult Numbats sprint at full speed through the bushland and crash violently into the side of the attacking predator. Furious scratching and biting erupt inside a massive cloud of dust while the distracted feral cat battles the enraged parents. Using the small opening to escape, wounded but determined Numbi slips free and sprints desperately through the wilderness. Heart pounding wildly, the terrified youngster dives headfirst into a narrow rocky crevice hidden deep within the terrain. Inside the darkness, Numbi gasps desperately for breath while the sounds of battle continue outside. At last the brave parents drive the feral cat away and rush toward the crevice to comfort their trembling child. Time races onward across the harsh Australian wilderness until young Numbi grows into a fully mature legendary Numbat survivor. Now muscular and independent, adult Numbi confidently hunts termites alone across the blazing red landscape. Sharp striped fur glows beneath the sunlight while powerful claws tear effortlessly through ancient termite mounds. Then suddenly a massive shadow sweeps across the ground directly over the foraging Numbat. Far above the earth, a colossal wedge-tailed eagle circles silently with razor-sharp eyes fixed onto adult Numbi below. Without warning, the gigantic predator folds its wings and dives like a missile toward the exposed Numbat. Instantly, Numbi emits sharp warning calls before exploding into a desperate sprint across the unforgiving terrain. Red dust erupts behind the sprinting survivor while gigantic talons slash downward only millimeters above the striped back. At breathtaking speed, Numbi zigzags sharply through the rocky wilderness, forcing the heavy eagle to struggle for control. The predator swoops again and again while powerful wings thunder violently across the Australian sky. Then Numbi spots salvation ahead. Using every ounce of strength, the Numbat launches completely through the air into a thick patch of thorny scrub. The enormous eagle flares its wings violently but cannot penetrate the dense natural fortress shielding the survivor below. Frustrated and defeated, the giant predator screeches furiously before soaring back into the endless sky. Hidden safely within the thorn bushes, exhausted adult Numbi slowly steadies breathing after surviving yet another brush with death. At last the legendary survivor emerges proudly from the scrubland beneath the golden sunlight of the outback. Adult Numbi climbs confidently atop an ancient rock formation overlooking the endless Australian wilderness below. Warm desert wind moves beautifully through the iconic striped fur while the mighty survivor scans the land that shaped every scar upon the body. No longer the tiny blind newborn hiding inside a hollow log, Numbi now stands as a fearless master of survival forged through instinct, courage, endurance, and relentless battle against the wild.